So this is the review for Bigfoot Life. I really only downloaded this game to review because I quite like Bigfoots, quite honestly. But this is probably the shortest demo I've done because it starts off with great direction and then you're totally lost wondering what the hell you've got to do next. It's in early access at the moment. There's a demo on Steam to play and it's got a really sort of straightforward and simple character creation screen. I mean, there's not a lot you can do with the Yeti unless you're going to change its fur colour to something bizarre, but there's a few different options there. I would have liked a white option to make an abominable snowman, but there you go. It's a little bit of a long intro. When you spawn in, you're going to spawn into a cave and it's going to give you some really basic things to do. You've got to build these sort of structures. This bit that comes up that says demo, it's really annoying. One of the keys you press takes you to that demo page, that inventory sort of objectives page all the time. It's not the key you'd usually use, so it becomes really annoying. You'll see me do this multiple times throughout the game. The structure in front of me of the 3 logs standing up are supposed to be Yeti hides. Now you've got to make these throughout the game, and the first thing you do is put 3 logs together, which has already been done when you spawn in. But then you've got to find these branches to actually make it cold proof, and this becomes one really big problem in the game later on. Now on the map you'll see you can see yourself, you can also see humans walking around which you have to avoid, and in a minute you'll see these blue tags. If you move towards the little blue icons, it'll give you a new objective to complete, which is right there at the blue icon. Most of the game centres around finding things and picking them up and then using them. You can see the little white people on the small map as I move about. At first it's really good at telling you what you need to do. The tutorial is really good. The problem is the tutorials are very short. There's something like 6 of these blue tags to walk towards, complete the goal at that location, and then do another one. And once you've done those 6, really the only other thing to do is build these Yeti hides all over the place, which you can sleep in or travel to, I believe. I'm not sure on that point. But the problem is finding the branches at the moment. You're directed to one branch to show how to get a branch off a tree, and then no other options I could find, and I went through the game twice for about an hour, starting from scratch and working through to make sure it wasn't a bug, and I could only find the one branch in the tutorial. So I might well be doing something wrong, but if I am doing something wrong, it's not pointing you to what you should be doing. So that's one big area in the game that's flawed. Eating is really important, and drinking. It's, you start by this big pool of water, so it's really easy to get water, and you find loads of food. In that objectives menu I told you that kept popping up with the wrong button that was really annoying, it wants you to find like one of each different type of mushroom, different bugs, different things to eat. It wants you to get so many branches, pick up so many logs, etc. And maybe when you've completed those objectives you move on and onto a new map. I'm not sure because I didn't get that far. I just got frustrated with the fact that I could not complete one of the easiest tasks, which was building these hides, which I'm trying to do at the moment. First you drop the 3 logs on top of the red crosses, which you find throughout the forest. Then you're supposed to furnish them with these branches, and yet I although I examined loads of trees and I looked at them from different directions, I could not find any more branches than the one in the tutorial. I mean, the graphics are nice. I didn't run into a person, it was very easy to avoid them, so I'm not actually sure what happens when you do. There's also trail cams set up, which you have to attack with bits of wood. And there are various creatures running throughout the forest, which you can scare off by roaring like that. This is the annoying demo screen. You can see all the things that it wants you to do there. So I didn't get far enough into the game to figure out if that moved you on to a new level. But it came up so much, it was just so annoying because it's just set to the wrong key for somebody that plays games quite a lot. This is what the branches should look like, but these are the things that are absolutely impossible to find. You do have a storage in the cave, and you have storage, a little bit of storage in your hides that you find out. And this is one of the blue pointers that shows you where a quest is. This quest was to pick up mushrooms and eat them. And you find mushrooms everywhere, and there's about 5 to 6 different types, I believe. But initially, just for the demo, I set to going about and showing you these different blue pointers and the tasks that you need to start straight away. Now this is a mystical power stone. I never found out what the mystical power is actually for. You just pick up a log, which is usually nearby, and you hit it and walk over the little crystals, and you'll pick them up and you'll see them in the bottom right corner stacking up. What they're used for, I have no idea at this point. There's nothing to explain why you're picking them up. Then over at the camp here, this is a human camp. This particular camp, there's nobody around, so the objective is to pick up the first aid kit, which is very simple, and then drop it off at one of your hides or at the cave hide. Positioning can be a little bit tricky trying to pick things up, but it's not terrible. Sure, I don't think the first aid kit is actually to help you. I think it's just because it's something of the humans, so you pick it up and collect some of their things. I was having a dizzy moment there. I thought that was actually the cave that I had to go back into. So you just drop the human item in your hut, and objective complete. You have got a bigger storage in your cave. Another annoying objectives pop up. You have got a storage in your cave, and you've got a very small sort of backpack inventory that gets full quite quickly, and it's done really on the size of the items you pick up. So if you pick up a log or a stone, that's going to fill your inventory much quicker than picking up a couple of mushrooms. As you can see here. You also have the option when you find something to eat it straight away or to put it in your inventory, and that's quite a nice feature to give you the choice. I next objective was to drink some water and catch some fish. So to drink, you just walk into the water and use the action button, which I think is left mouse, and you just walk up to the fish and click your left mouse and it'll grab at them. Then you've got them in your hand. Then if you look to your right, you've got add inventory, eat or drop. So for this quest, you just want to eat one and it'll mark it as complete. Now we've still got at this point 3 objectives left on the map. But you can see how quickly it's moving you through the tutorial. Something was a bit buggy here. It wasn't, I had the fish in my hand quite a lot, but it wasn't actually eating the fish, it was just holding the fish in the hand. So that's why I was stood on this bit for a little while. Right, off to the next marker. No, still trying to eat that fish. Now this is the quest, destroy the trail cameras. You've just got to pick up a nearby log, of which there are many, and smash up the camera. So this is the quest for the branches. To initially break them, you just walk up to the highlighted branch and you break it, which is pretty straightforward. Then to actually detach it, you need to find a stone and hit that branch. There are also insects underneath the stones which you can pick up and eat. They are also collectible by the looks of the objectives menu. So once you've got your stone, you hit at the highlighted spot with it, you throw it, and then you can pick up your branch. Brilliant. That's all very straightforward, very self-explanatory. That insulates 1/3 of your, or half, depending on the hut. There you go. It insulates part of the hut for winter, which is your goal. The problem is, after that one, both times I played, I never found any more highlighted tree branches. So, not sure why that is. There's nothing to point you towards them, nothing to give you a clue. Initially on the map you see a marker for the branches, but after that first one's gone, I'm not sure. So I'm either missing a key part of the game, and if I am, the game's not pointing you towards the progression after you've just completed the tutorial. It's just everything sort of vanishes apart from that objective screen where it's pick up the bugs, pick up the mushrooms, get so many branches, etc. So there you go, you've completed all learning stations. So that means we've completed all the little blue icons on the map. So now you're running around picking things up for that objectives menu, I guess, because there's no more direction in the game apart from that screen. So you become a little lost at this stage, and the repetitiveness of just picking stuff up and avoiding humans very quickly starts to make you lose interest in the game. I mean, it's a beautiful game, but I want to do more than just pick up a few insects and eat mushrooms that I find on the floor. This is where I was going around checking all the trees to see if I could find another branch to insulate my hut. But you've got to remember as well, insulating that hut is a key objective of the game. So if you can't find any more branches on the tree, you can never complete that objective and possibly move forward. This is the demo of the game, so things need to be fixed. You see, I thought that there branch that we've just seen would be a typical one for breaking, and I thought that one possibly as well, but no, there's nothing comes up on the screen to allow you to break it. So essentially, in 16 minutes, that's my view of the game, is that once you pass the tutorial, there's nothing to say fulfill the objectives in your objectives menu, there's nothing to say do this, avoid the humans, there's nothing to say what happens when you come in contact with the humans. And I'm not saying you have to be led all the way, but I just ended up wandering around this fairly small map, to be honest, for a while before I got so bored I gave up. It's got potential, it's a beautiful game. It needs a little bit more meat to it, I feel. It was free on Steam in the demo section, so if you want to check it out, please do. I'll just leave you with the rest of the footage to have a look at and see what you think. I've probably missed something really big here, but I just felt like there wasn't enough direction to keep me interested in it, quite honestly. But thanks for watching.